Hello everyone, welcome back to the next lecture on computer networks. In the previous lecture, we have seen the basics of IP addressing and MAC addressing. Now we will see the basics of port addressing. Before we start, we will see what are the outcomes of today's session. Upon the completion of this session, the learner will be able to understand the basics of port addressing or port numbers. We will be able to know the 3 key points to ponder always, and we will see port numbers in real devices. Before we go into the basics of port addressing, we will see an analogy. Suppose your friend wants to send you a parcel and she is in Canada. Let's assume you are in Mumbai. We need complete address for the parcel reach you. In the complete address details, one part of the address will make the parcel reach Mumbai and another part of the address will make the parcel reach your apartment. Suppose if this is your apartment and the parcel has reached your apartment, and the last part of the address will make the parcel reach you residing in 17th floor. And finally the parcel has reached you, and obviously you are happy now. But this is just an analogy. Now we will see what is there in computer networks and how this analogy is related to our computer networking. What do we derive from this analogy? So the parcel has reached our city. So reaching our city is like reaching our network. So this is done by IP address. After reaching our network, reaching our apartment, it means reaching the right host. This is done with the help of MAC address. And reaching the right person in the apartment is like reaching the right process in the host. And this is done by port address. So now I hope you understood why do we need port addressing. In real communication, any device can be identified with the help of IP address and MAC address. But in that computer, there will be so many processes running. To which process that data has to reach is decided by the port numbers or port address. Now we will see what is port address. Port address, they are also called as port numbers. In a node, many processes will be running, and data which are sent or received must reach the right process. And every process in a node is uniquely identified using port number. Suppose in a computer there are 5 processes running and one process is requesting for a data to another computer. And that computer is replying, and that reply must reach the right process which has sent the request. And reaching the right process which has sent the request is done with the help of port addresses. So port number or simply port we call as the communication endpoint. In real scenarios, we have 2 categories of port addresses, fixed port numbers and dynamic port numbers. Anyway, don't bother about this statement. We will be dealing about these fixed port numbers and dynamic port numbers elaborately when we encounter the lectures of transport layer. For time being, you understand there are fixed port numbers like 25, 80 which are already predefined. Say if you open a Google Chrome or a Firefox, and that is a new process. So that process will be assigned with the port number by operating system. Operating system assigned dynamic port numbers will be like this. In general, the port numbers will be in the range between 0 and 65535. It means 65,535. So our port numbers will be between 0 and 65,535. We will see an example which will definitely help you to understand port numbers in a clear manner. Say, this is a network where this is a local area network which has only 3 nodes, 1, 2 and 3. And this is connected to this router, and this router in turn is connected to internet, which is a cloud here. And finally there is somehow connected with our web server. The web server which I am taking here is youtube.com. Say, this node in the local area network, this end device or this node, there are so many processes running. One is Internet Explorer which is accessing gmail.com. Another process is Firefox, Mozilla Firefox or Explorer. It may be Mozilla Firefox or Internet Explorer where Google page is opened. And media player is running in this computer. And there is another process which is accessing YouTube, which is this computer. So YouTube, it is running in Google Chrome. Say, from this computer, from this Google Chrome browser, there is a request that is sent to youtube.com, and this request has accepted by YouTube, and this YouTube is now giving the video data. So IP addresses will take the data up to this stage. And after reaching this stage, MAC address will take us up to this part. So reaching the right host is done by MAC address. But if you observe, in this computer there are so many processes running, like Internet Explorer or Firefox, Media Player and YouTube. So reaching the right process, that is Google Chrome in this case here, is done with the help of port numbers. When this process is sending the data to Internet, this computer puts source port number and the destination port number. So we will see what are the source port numbers and destination port numbers. So in this case, the YouTube which is accessed here is, the port number, source port number is 64323. When this computer sends the data, it says the source port number is 64323. Finally, when the data is received or the request is received by the server is going to reply that with the video data. When the reply comes, it sees which source port number has requested, and it identifies the right source port number and it delivers the data to the right process. So port numbers are very essential in computer networking because it will help which process has requested the data. So far we have seen the port address or port numbers. Now we will see how to see port numbers in real devices. To see the port numbers in real devices, click the Start menu and type RESMON. RESMON stands for Resource Monitoring. There is a part in the Windows operating system which monitors the resources. RESMON Resource Monitor will tell what are the port numbers that are running. After you enter, you will find that there are so many ports that are running. So if you see, some Google Chrome is running at the background. If you observe here, I have opened Google Chrome and it is getting some data from internet. If you observe here, there are port numbers that are listed. I hope now you remember port numbers will be between 0 and 65535. Let me open Google Chrome. So Google Chrome is having this port number. This port number will help us to rightly reach the right process. If you observe, there are so many instances of Google Chrome running and each instance is given with port numbers. So these port numbers will help the data reaching the right process. Now we will see what are the 3 key points to ponder always. So before sending the data, any node must attach the source IP address and destination IP address so that the network is getting identified. And it should also attach source MAC address and destination MAC address so that the right host is identified. It should also attach source port number and destination port number so that the right process from that particular host is identified. So this is required for the routers, this is required for the local area network or switch, and this is required for the operating system to hand over the right data to the right process. And that's it, guys. I hope now you are clear with the basics of port addressing and all the 3 key points to ponder. And I hope now you know how to see port numbers in real devices. I hope the session is informative and thank you for watching.